Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
Jake-Ludington here, and one of the questions that I get most often from my friends and family is the question, is that all you're bringing? And by all, I mean a bag about this size goes with me on every single trip I take, whether it's for 2 days or 10 days or 2 weeks. I'm taking a bag about this size with me because I fit everything I need for the trip in this tiny little package. This is the size of a European carry-on, which is slightly smaller than an American carry-on because the airlines over in Europe have greater restrictions on what they allow you to bring on planes. And it's not that I travel to Europe, it's just that I'm trying to give you perspective on what the size is. So let me show you how I do it, because Bihn, this is their TriStar bag, and the thing that makes this bag great is it has compartmentalized everything to the point where I can condense all the stuff I need into this package that is like a large, heavy briefcase. Starting with the front here, you can see that there's this nice zip out pouch that I have stashed a water bottle in, and it's even got a convenient snap closure so that it holds the water bottle in and it won't fall out. Now, you could use that pouch for anything else, but I wanted to demonstrate that, so I'm going to put the water bottle aside now and zip that pocket up. Then you'll see that on the front here there are 3 additional pouches. Starting at the bottom, there's one that is a fairly shallow pouch that what I typically put in it is sort of a clipped-in wallet, and it's clipped on so that it won't fall out. I keep my Sprint overdrive in it so that it's protected, doesn't get beat up, but you can see it'll just hang there, and if I need to get it out to find anything, it's not going to fall out of the bag. So the second pouch here is a slightly deeper pouch. I don't have anything in it, but it goes from this zipper all the way to the bottom of the bag. So it gives you a little more room. And then the top pouch, same thing. Gives you this additional amount of space, goes all the way to the bottom. And in this case, I have my toiletries in here because you always have to take them out for airport security, and I want them right on the front where they're easy to get to. So you can see on the front of the bag that there are 3 separate zippers. There's one right here, there's one in between the handles here, and then there's another one below the bottom handle. And those are 3 compartments that run the entire length of the bag. So this is really the secret to how I fit everything that I need to carry with me in a bag this size, because they've broken it up into compartments, and within the compartments I'll show you how I have further condensed down the packaging of my gear so that it all fits in this nice little space. So I'm going to unzip the top section first, and you can see here that it is fastened down the middle. There's actually a zipper there that I could remove and then open the whole thing, but I'm going to show you how I've divided it in 2. And they have these storage cubes that are inside, and granted this is not a cube shape, but they're called storage cubes. And so on this side over here I have a small cube that has all the socks and underwear I need for South by Southwest. I'll spare you seeing those. On the other side I have a larger cube that's about twice the size of that first cube, and inside here I have all of the cables, microphones. There's a Canon HV30 camera in here so basically I have condensed all of my accessories that I need to be able to shoot video at South by Southwest into this little compartment. And the secret to that is actually further breaking the stuff down into smaller compartments. Now, Bihn makes bags like this one here that is see-through and actually has a hook on it so you could hang it up, and you could use it for toiletries. I use it for things like my cables. So you can see that I have my Sony Vaio power supply, and there's an iPad connector in this particular bag. I can see that. And then the rest of these small pouches are not actually from Bihn, but I mean, they have like my Sennheiser microphones are padded nicely in here. And so I can take all this stuff out, but I keep it all in that space so that if I have to take it out, I don't have stuff spilling all over. And that makes it really easy to maximize the amount of space that I can get out of using this bag. I'm going to go ahead and zip up that top pouch. And then the middle pouch does not zip end to end, so that you can't fold it open on its face, but it's got a nice compartment in there where I have what Bihn refers to as their Freudian slip, which is kind of a little travel valet office where I've got some pens. I keep my business cards up in a zipper pouch up here. On this side I've got a manila envelope with some files and a notebook so that I can take some paper notes if I need to. And all of that fits neatly in there so that I make sure that I'm not losing any of my sort of portable office, if you will. The other thing that I store in this middle case is it clips in my laptop. And there's a brain cell in here, which is what Tom Bihn refers to as their super protective case for laptops. This has some, I want to say, corrugated plastic inside it that is meant to withstand impact. It suspends the laptop inside. So when you can see, got my laptop in there, but it suspends the laptop in here so that it's actually hanging in a pouch. And so while I wouldn't do it if this were to drop or if I were to throw it, it would still be fairly safe inside this case. And this one actually has a few stains because I've been using it for, I want to say, 5 years now. And I mean, it still looks pretty good. 5 years of protecting various laptops. And so that was what was inside the middle pouch. Now for the bottom pouch. And the bottom pouch is where I store my clothes. And again, a storage cube. This time, one that fits the entire size of the bag. And it's got all my clothes in it. Some dress shirts, a coat, pants, enough shirts for all of the days of South by Southwest. Right here in a cube. And if you happen to need to like fasten in dress pants or something and you wouldn't want to zip them up in the cube, you've got these handy straps that you could strap them down right there. And you can see there's little hooks here so that if you wanted to clip something on, similar to that padded wallet that I showed you earlier, it would clip right there as well. Actually, I'll show you that. So if you wanted to, they add these little clip hooks all throughout the bag so that you can kind of clip things in where they make the most sense to you. And so in this case, you can see there now it's clipped in there. And if I wanted to put that more towards the middle or the bottom of my suitcase, it's right there. So now that I've unpacked everything, you can see this actually doesn't take up very much space at all. But you see kind of the sheer volume of stuff that I have packed in here. That was the completely unpacked cube with all of my various cables. Actually reusing my MyTouch 4G pouch that it came with. Camera, microphone gear, again, socks and underwear, all of that. And I didn't even actually take out my toiletries, but I mean, look at that. Obviously, it doesn't look like all of that should fit, and yet I'm able to compact it down and it does fit because it's all compartmentalized in a neat fashion. So there you have it. That's Tom Bihn's TriStar bag where I'm able to pack close to 10 days worth of clothes, my laptop, my camera, all of the wires and cables I need into one condensed package that will fit in even the smaller European sized carry-on luggage compartments that are found on European airlines. One final thing I wanted to show you about this Tom Bihn TriStar bag is that in addition to having these backpack straps, which I can conveniently use to carry this as a backpack if I don't have anything else I want to put on my back, is that you can actually hide the backpack straps away. They just unsnap at the base of the bag and tuck right inside the bag. So then you've got a very clean suitcase so that your straps won't get pushed around if you put them in the overhead bin. But you can see that it's kind of like a briefcase. It's got pull handles on both ends so that no matter which way that you put it in to the overhead bin, you can easily get it back out. And it also has this optional strap to make it a shoulder bag, so that if you don't like backpacks or you want to carry it some other way because you've got another backpack, you also have that option too. There you have it. In addition to this TriStar bag that is great for traveling, I also have a Tom Bihn brain bag, which could technically hold 2 of those brain cell laptop carrying cases inside it. I usually only carry one, but it has a great amount of space. And the only reason I actually have this bag now is I had another Tom Bihn bag called an Aeronaut, which is a similar but slightly larger travel bag, and it was stolen when my car got broken into, so then I had to upgrade. And I guess what I'm really saying is that these bags last forever. I've had the Brain bag that I have and the Aeronaut since 2006, so for 5 years I've been carrying the same luggage all over the world. These bags have been to China, they've been to Taiwan, they've been to Japan, so they've been around the world, and they've held up in all kinds of conditions. And while these are certainly not the cheapest bags you could buy, if you travel a lot like I do, you don't want a cheap bag. And the fact that you can pack all this stuff, little tiny package, I'm paying for that because it is great to not have to carry 3 or 4 bags when I can only have one instead. There you have it, Tom Bihn TriStar bag. Check them out at tombihn.com.